Hey gang, today we are taking a look at ToyWorld TW-T02 Aurora. Now the Aurora comes in this nice blue box as opposed to Grindrod in his bright green box. The only thing that really the box shows is just the figure and some of the typeface, and that's it. So there's nothing else to the box. So let's take that away for right now. Now in the box it does come with directions, a weapon, and a little card that's actually in vehicle mode. Aurora is based off of the brand new Range Rover Evoque, and I have actually sat in this thing in the Baltimore Auto Show. Most uncomfortable SUV ever. Just sitting in the thing was not fun. It was, and believe it or not, this thing is very small. I'm 5'10". The actual car itself is much shorter than me, which I was very surprised at given that it's a Range Rover. Also, this Range Rover is only a two-door vehicle. It doesn't have back doors, though it does have a gate. In vehicle mode, it's a very nice vehicle mode, but it's a little dull being all white. Now, the back of the vehicle mode, the license plate does pop off, revealing what appears to be a connector port for the so-called combined mode, which will supposedly be coming once all 6 of these guys are released. When put together with his Grindrod counterpart, as you can see, they are roughly the same size, though the body design is significantly different. However, their wheelbase is exactly the same length. Now, Grindrod here is based off of Rollbar, the Throttlebot, and this guy, Aurora, is based off of Searchlight. Now, Searchlight was a kind of a sports car. It was a rally. It was more of an Audi rally car. I think the Evoque looks a lot better, though. So we'll take Grindrod and put him off to the side. Now, oddly enough, this guy has almost the same transformation as Grindrod. It's very, very similar. To start off with, just grab the wheels and pull the body out, or pull the front of the vehicle mode out. And then you can take the rear and just kind of lift the moonroof and the tailgate away from the figure. Then you can take the legs, or the front of the vehicle, and split them apart, thus allowing you to get at the gun. And the gun itself just folds out. However, the screw is so tight that you cannot get this out without coming up with some kind of lever of some sort to catch on here. So I will have to loosen that screw a little bit later. Back to the transformation, the way you fold the feet out is actually a little weird. So I like to turn the figure upside down and fold the foot forward just a little bit, and you can slide the hood forward, and then kind of twist it away from the wheel, and then that will unpeg it from the rest of the body. And then you could just fold it up like you do with Grindrod. So again, on the other side, kind of twist it away from the wheel, and then fold it up to form the foot. Oh, and slide that hood piece forward, because it won't sit well if you don't. Then you can take the wheels and fold them up into the body, and then take the door panels and pull them out and flip them around towards the front of the vehicle mode, like this. And then once you do that, you take the windshield and fold them up. And it looks like they should peg into place somewhere, but they really don't. Now, for the rest of the back of the vehicle mode, first thing we're going to do is first take the wheel well and panel area and unpeg it from the section above. Do that over here. And then we can fold the rear bumper onto the back. Once you do that, you'll rotate the wheels around and then bring them together to form the backpack, like that. And then you can take the roof and just fold it down flat along the back. And then stand the figure up. For the upper torso of the figure, we can grab the arms and fold them out from the body. And then take the head and fold the head up. Now, on my figure, the head is extremely tight. I don't know why. I just think there's not enough clearance there, but it's very, very tight. Then for the chest piece, we actually want to flip that around, and that will fold up an accordion and kind of snap into place to form the chest. Then for the arms, you see that these window panels are folded back. We want to actually fold them forward over the hands. And then just turn the arms and fold them down into place. And here we have Aurora in robot mode. In robot mode, Aurora is very good looking. I do like the look of the figure quite a bit. The blue, white, and black look to the figure is nice. Just a very nice overall look. The transformation is very similar to that of Grindrod. And after transforming Grindrod a few times before I transformed him, the similarities are rather uncanny, but that is to be expected considering what this whole set of Not-Throttlebots is supposed to do. Posability for the figure is just as good as Grindrod. Head is on a swivel, ball joint at the elbows, swivel right underneath that, hinge at the elbows, fists or hands can swivel. There's a swivel at the torso, ball joint in the thigh, or I'm sorry, in the hip, swivel at the upper thigh, hinge at the knee. Feet do move on ball joints, but there isn't a lot of movement to be had there. The only issue I have with this figure at all, other than the gun is hard to deploy, is there is not much in the way of heels for this guy. This little piece of plastic on both feet is about it. And to be honest, the doors and the wheels really don't offer much in the way of heel stability. So he is going to be a little bit of back heavy, top heavy, whatever you want to call it, but with a little bit of creative posing, you can mitigate that completely. Overall, a very nice looking figure. Aurora's head sculpt is a definite nod back to its G1 roots, and it does have nice light piping at the top of the head that is orange, and it does come through at the eyes sometimes, but I feel that the eyes might actually be painted. I've been trying to get light piping to work well, and I've had mixed results. Standing next to Grindrod, you do see the simplicity in these two designs. Though, between the two, I like Grindrod a lot better. I just like the figure better. I like the transformation a little more, even though they're very similar, and the paint job just works for me better. Plus, I like Jeep Wranglers over Land Rovers for some reason. Just a personal preference. Transforming him back into vehicle mode does get a little bit hairy in the fact that you have a lot of panels that you need to worry about. So we'll just fold the arm pieces back up, unpeg the chest and rotate that back into place, and fold the head up. And this is the hardest thing to do because you keep feeling like you're going to break the damn thing. Arms are interesting. You have to point them forward and make sure that the windows are pointing up. And then you fold the arms down into their sockets and fold them forward. So flip them into the body and then fold them forward, moving this out of the way to clear the hands. Take the rear and fold the moonroof section up, unpeg the wheels and the wheel wells, flip them around, and then they will comfortably peg into place, just getting everything lined up. Now, this is not the hard part. The hard part comes with the legs. So fold the windshields or windows around and then flip the sections around. Do the same thing on the other side. Fold the feet down. Fold the wheels out. And then this is where things get a little weird. There's a peg here, goes into that slot, but you kind of have to angle the foot to the side so that it catches on what little heel it has, and then you can snap that into place. So do that again over here. And once you figure that out, the transformation gets a whole lot easier. Fold those up, and then we could take the gun, and that just slides up under the engine part. Push the sides in, and then just kind of wiggle everything into place. Get all the panel lines and whatnot lined up, and then push the windscreen down and push the moonroof down, and there we go. So, now that we've done that, what is this going to be? Is this going to be an arm? Is this going to be a leg? Because we remember that Grind Rod becomes a leg. So here's Grind Rod as a foot. Now you can put, I guess you can try and just deploy the gun and peg in his weapon here on the side. I guess you could do that. I've never really found a good spot for his weapon. Now what about Aurora here? Well, you can, with a little bit of fiddling, get him into a foot, and I think he's going to be a foot as well. But you do have to play with the transformation just a little bit in order to pull it off. I don't know how well this is actually going to work, because as you can see, I mean, he kind of works as a foot, but they're not the same size. Now, if you put the tire on, they become the same size, but there's nowhere to plug in. Even if you remove the window or the license plate and you have the peg there, they're not the same size at all. I mean, there's a good eighth of an inch difference in height there. So, I don't know. Don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe Aurora is actually going to become an arm? Or a crotch? I don't know. But we will find out, since we've got a few more figures to go. We've got all of them to go still, so we will see. I picked up Aurora at BigBadToyStore.com, and you can as well. I do like this figure quite a bit, though I like Grind Rod more simply because I like his alt mode and robot mode better. They both have very similar transformations, and I do find Aurora's to be a little bit easier than Grind Rod. The plastic on Aurora is just fine. No problems there, though I still like the look of Grind Rod more. That's not to say Aurora is a bad figure at all. I'm looking forward to getting the rest of the ToyWorld TW series. I've been Spade of the Vault Matrix. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.